If you're a new parent, you've probably discovered that baby sleep is nothing like what you imagined. The endless wake-ups, the uncertainty about whether you're doing it right, the exhaustion that seeps into every part of your day. You're not alone in this struggle, and more importantly, there's a way through it that doesn't involve letting your baby cry for hours or following some rigid, one-size-fits-all approach. What if I told you that the secret to better baby sleep isn't about finding the perfect technique or the magic product? It's about understanding your baby's natural biology and working with it, not against it. The routine I'm about to share with you is based on how babies are actually wired to sleep, and it's helped thousands of families go from sleepless nights to peaceful bedtimes. Let's start with something most parents don't realize. Babies aren't born knowing the difference between day and night. Their circadian rhythm, that internal clock that tells us when to sleep and when to be awake, doesn't fully develop until around 3 to 4 months of age. Before that, they're operating on a much simpler system based on feeding and comfort. This is why newborns sleep in short bursts around the clock, and why trying to force a strict schedule too early often backfires. But here's what you can do, even from day one. You can start teaching your baby the difference between day and night through environmental cues. During daytime naps, keep the room relatively bright. Don't tiptoe around or keep the house silent. Let normal household sounds continue. This helps your baby's brain start to associate light and activity with daytime sleep, which is naturally lighter and shorter. Then, when nighttime comes, create a clear contrast. Dim the lights significantly, keep things quiet, and make all interactions calm and minimal. Even if your newborn doesn't respond to these cues immediately, you're laying the groundwork for their developing circadian rhythm. Now, let's talk about the routine itself. The key to this approach is consistency and the power of sleep associations. Sleep associations are simply the conditions your baby learns to connect with falling asleep. If you want your baby to sleep well, you need to create positive sleep associations that you can sustain every single night. The routine should begin at the same time each evening, and ideally, it should start about 30 to 45 minutes before you want your baby actually asleep. Choose a time that works for your family's schedule and stick to it as closely as possible. Babies thrive on predictability, and their bodies will start to anticipate sleep when they recognize the routine beginning. Start with a warm bath. The water should be comfortably warm, not hot. The bath itself is soothing, but there's actually a scientific reason why this works so well. When your baby gets out of the bath, their body temperature drops slightly, and this temperature decrease signals to their brain that it's time for sleep. The same thing happens to us as adults, which is why a warm shower before bed can help us sleep better too. Keep the bath calm and gentle. This isn't playtime. Use soft voices, gentle movements, and make it a peaceful experience. After the bath, move into your baby's sleep space or a quiet room nearby. Keep the lights low. This is where you'll do a gentle massage if your baby enjoys it. Use a baby-safe lotion or oil, and with soft, slow strokes, massage their arms, legs, back, and belly. This isn't just about relaxation, though that's certainly part of it. The physical touch releases oxytocin in both you and your baby, deepening your bond and creating feelings of safety and contentment. For your baby, this physical comfort becomes a powerful sleep cue. Next comes the feeding. Whether you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding, this should be calm and drowsy. Keep the lights dim and avoid stimulation. Many parents worry about feeding to sleep, and it's true that you don't want your baby to require feeding to fall asleep every single time. But in these early months, feeding close to bedtime is natural and appropriate. The key is that feeding should be part of the routine, not the only way your baby can fall asleep. As your baby gets older and more capable of self-soothing, you can gradually shift the feeding to earlier in the routine if needed. After feeding, there's one more crucial step that many parents skip, but it's perhaps the most important part of the entire routine. Put your baby down drowsy, but awake. This is where the magic happens. When babies learn to fall asleep on their own in their crib or bassinet, they develop the ability to return to sleep when they wake during the night, which all babies do multiple times. If your baby only knows how to fall asleep in your arms or while feeding, they'll need you to recreate those exact conditions every time they wake up. Now, I know what you're thinking. Easier said than done, right? This is where many parents feel stuck. Here's how to make it work. Watch for your baby's sleep cues: rubbing eyes, yawning, staring off into space, or becoming fussy. These signs tell you the window for sleep is opening. When you see them, complete your routine and place your baby in their sleep space while they're calm and sleepy but still have their eyes open. Then, use your presence as a comfort. You can place a gentle hand on their chest, shush softly, or simply stand nearby. The goal is to be the support, not the solution. Some babies will fuss or cry at first. This doesn't mean you're doing something wrong or that you should leave them alone to cry it out. You're right there, providing comfort and reassurance, but you're also giving them the space to learn this new skill. If your baby escalates to real crying, pick them up, calm them down, and try again. This isn't about being rigid or withholding comfort. It's about patiently teaching a skill through repetition and support. One of the biggest mistakes parents make is giving up on this routine after just a few nights. It takes time for new patterns to establish in your baby's brain. Some babies adapt within 3 to 5 days. Others might take 2 weeks or even longer. The key is absolute consistency. Every single night, follow the same steps in the same order at the same time. Your baby's brain is learning, and each repetition strengthens the neural pathways that connect this routine with sleep. There's one more element that can make or break this routine, and that's your baby's sleep environment. The room should be dark, truly dark. Even small amounts of light can interfere with melatonin production, the hormone that promotes sleep. Use blackout curtains if you need to. The room should also be cool, around 68 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Babies sleep better in cooler environments, just like adults. And consider using white noise. Consistent, gentle sound masks sudden noises that might wake your baby and also mimics the constant whooshing sound they heard in the womb, which is deeply comforting. As your baby grows, this routine will grow with them. Around 4 months, you might add a book or a lullaby. Around 6 months, you might introduce a lovey or special blanket, once it's safe to do so. The beauty of this approach is that it's flexible and adapts to your baby's developmental stage while maintaining the core elements of consistency and positive sleep associations. Remember, every baby is different, and what works for one might not work exactly the same way for another. Some babies are naturally better sleepers. Some are more sensitive and need extra support. If your baby has reflux, colic, or other medical issues, you might need to adjust this routine to accommodate their needs, and that's okay. The principles remain the same: consistency, appropriate sleep environment, and teaching your baby to fall asleep with your support rather than doing it for them. The journey to better sleep isn't always linear. There will be regressions, usually around 4 months, 8 months, and 12 months, when developmental leaps temporarily disrupt sleep. There will be nights when teething or illness throws everything off. When this happens, do what you need to do to get through it, and then gently return to your routine when your baby is feeling better. What you're really doing with this routine is giving your baby one of the most valuable skills they'll ever learn: the ability to self-regulate and find comfort in sleep. You're also giving yourself the gift of predictable evenings and, eventually, uninterrupted sleep. Most importantly, you're doing this in a way that maintains your connection with your baby, that respects their needs, and that builds their confidence in their own abilities. So tonight, start fresh. Follow these steps with patience and consistency. Trust that your baby is capable of learning, and trust yourself as the guide who can teach them. Better sleep is possible, and it starts with this simple routine: